no.
We're
Oh
live.
no.
Mitch and Rich streaming on the Foamy head. We're not live. This is not live. This is a recording.
Well, yeah, but we're on air. Wait, we're not
We're
on air.
on air. We've got those really cheesy like things that go around the perimeter, or the frame that Riverside gives us, and I can't bring myself to use them because they're kind of dumb
Frame.
looking.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
You know which
Yeah,
ones I'm talking about? The
just the frames. Yeah.
Yeah, the frames themselves. Probably a good idea to create a custom one, but even they won't let you do it without moving up to the next pack. We talked about this the other day, but we are grandfathered in through some plan on our recording suite. And I don't even know what we're allowed to have and what we can't have anymore.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about
No.
it. They didn't increase the amount of money that we have to pay. We can still record and do things our way, so it's fine.
Everything is subscription nowadays. It sucks. It's like we've moved to a rent policy with our lives. Everything is pay as you go, and it sucks.
It's bad. Cars are trying to become that way. With what was the president's suggestion of what was it? How many months of
they want for home ownership. They wanted to
was home ownership.
Yeah, they wanted to do a
60-year?
50-year or 60-year house loan or something like that. Like
It's like no, no, that doesn't make
dead
any
before
sense.
you pay that thing off.
Yeah, your ass is gone within years on something like that. It's not. It doesn't.
No money.
A lender should just be no longer allowed to lend if he sells that to anybody. You know, like it's just not. Yeah, it's like buying a 1940s house.
Yeah, no one on this call has ever done that before.
Right. Just, oh man, we'll get into all the like, oopsie, that was a thing I should have paid attention to or learned about. But you know, America's so free that you're free to screw yourself on so much.
I guess so. Yeah,
all these subscription things,
prices going through the roof these days, it seems.
Yeah, washers, dryers, appliances in general and at large just shitify themselves to death within years, you know. No longer do we buy the amazing products we had of the 80s. At least I go to the 80s. That's not like I really know, but I can picture the stoves of General Electric, and I forget what brand my parents had, but it's just like that shit lasted a lifetime in every household. And the houses that you and I get to buy, they got ripped out and shoved in with new stainless steel and plastic. You know, like we got Fisher priced. Like, and
we pay a lot more for it too.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
And you know what, I was surprised though, because you know, and beer's gone up too. But one thing that surprised me from our last show that we released a couple weeks ago was when you were going through like your old receipts for the beer delivery service, and it was like the same price to ship.
Yeah.
10 years ago, however long it was ago when you were doing the service, as it is today in 2026. Now that's not everything, but it really shocked me that in a world today where everything is going up in price, you were paying 2026 prices and getting ripped off, or that metric just hasn't changed in over time. I tend to believe that's not the case.
I think it's a weight proponent on working out something with a shipper, because I will say there is a flat rate for shipping 9 bottles of liquor. I guess we'll just say a case of liquor would be $30 flat rate shipping from most suppliers, which is, I'm pretty sure, double what we are paying for our beer shipments, which are a quarter of the size of a box that's styrofoam in bottles. So I'm assuming that's the catch. I don't know.
Could be true. I feel like we're paying too much either way.
Yeah, but I feel like it could be cheaper. Yeah.
that's the world we're living in. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm looking at that. I guess we should dive in to talk about
Oh
what
yeah.
we're drinking tonight. Me personally, I don't have anything to drink tonight. I am not drinking anything because I'm coming from Tailgate Tuesday. Shout out Tailgate, where they did their dollar end of the month mug club night, where every beer on the wall is $1. I had a couple of
Nice.
those, had some pizza, stopped and got the wife some ice cream, so got me a little something too. I can't even drink beer right now. I'm so full.
You had a good time, yeah.
I had a good time. I had a couple of good IPAs. Tailgate had they had two new IPAs out that honestly really good, really solid. New England hazies. I try to I try to get away from drinking too many IPAs at Tailgate because there's a whole bunch of different styles there. I
Oh yeah.
try to go towards, like, thanks to you, I try to go more towards like the lagers and the pilsners, and they've got a New Zealand pilsner on right now that's really good.
Hell yeah.
Um, they have a slow pour Italian pilsner that's really good. So I've been trying to
Mm,
get into those. But
yum.
their IPAs tonight were banging. I'm not gonna lie.
Nice. Sometimes
And
IPAs just hit right.
today was one of those days. It was a rough day at work, to be honest.
Hmm.
There was just a lot going on. Worked through lunch, and by the time I got there, I was like, "Give me the heaviest thing you got and a pizza." And that's where I'm sitting the rest of the night. You, though,
Yeah.
have something that you're drinking. So what are you drinking, Mitch?
I got really surprised finding this. I haven't been buying a lot of beer, and I haven't drank a whole lot lately. But this is usually $10 at a Japanese restaurant for,
Uh-huh.
or if not more, for one of the larger bottles. When I got into craft beer 21 or so, when I can finally buy what I wanted in a way, Frugal McDougal's had Orion.
Mm.
It wasn't Orion the draft, but it was Orion Lager. And I think it may have been more of a blue label, but still delicious. And it was one of the Japanese beers that was imported that I've just adored to this day. And it's hard to find. And small bottles are also like $10 at Japanese restaurants. Like we have Attack of the Tatsu here. You're going to pay $9 for a small bottle of this, but that's standard.
Mm.
I found this at Whole Foods for $6 and like 30 something cents per.
Wow.
Yeah, so I picked up a few of these because I was like, all right, now I
Yeah.
will get some Orions, because even when I bought them back in, when I was 21, early 20s at Frugals, they were still about $10 to $12 a pop, being an import. So some sort of deal came through with a supplier making
Mm.
these $6 and change basically. So um, I'm enjoying these right now. They're not. They're just a really good lager. That's it. If you are a fan of Red Stripe, like the Jamaican lager, very similar veins. This is
Mm.
Okinawan, and it's not as I can't. I don't know the right word for it, but it may be a little lighter than Red Stripe, even. So, but yeah, it hits the spot for me because it's a little nostalgic.
I hope you found a new supply. Like, I hope that's not like a temporary thing. Maybe you found a gold mine and keep buying
Maybe.
it.
Like, I only go to Whole Foods to get little snacks and things. And so
Mm.
I was very pleasantly surprised to see this there. It's like, oh, hey there.
Absolutely.
I'm going to grab a
Yeah.
few of you. And I'll be back in another month to grab like another five or whatever. And
Make sure they keep them in stock for you.
yeah, yeah. So
That's
pretty,
great,
pretty
man.
happy. Yeah.
Well, you can drink enough for the both of us. It's a big bottle. It looks like it's a one of those 375 milliliters, or is it a 16.9?
Yes.
I
It's
can't
a,
tell.
it's a definitely 175 milliliter, I believe.
175. Okay. Yeah, that's great. I love refreshing beer, and as hot as it is right now,
Big
seems
time.
like that seems to make the mark. And it's odd that we're talking tonight so early in July, but I guess that kind of tracks with the whole, like, when we talk with the Brewery Underground podcast guys, Scott and Steve, we're talking about Oktoberfest in July. Like, it's weird
Crazy.
that
Yeah.
all these companies and breweries are putting out heavier beers so early in the year, but
Yeah.
we are not just around the corner, but we're getting there, Mitch. Black Friday every year, Goose Island releases their yearly lineup for the Bourbon County Brand Stout.
Yeah. Yeah.
So while it's not anywhere close to what you're drinking, light bodied, nice foamy head, probably very aromatic at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, these are the opposite of light body. Bourbon County Brand Stout from Goose Island is like it is the yearly event that people, especially up in Chicago, like that's what they wait for. They wait for the yearly drop for Bourbon County Brand Stout, some of which get nationwide distribution, and others are only local to the market. But we have the information in front of us tonight, and we're going to
Yeah. Let's dig in.
dissect, I guess, is what it is. So here's the interesting part, though, Mitch, is this year is different from previous years of Bourbon County Brand Stout. This year, they're focusing less on variety and although that's there, they're focusing less on like wild flavors, but their intent is now more focused around like the aging process, the different barrel aging process. And it's weird because when if you look at like the Bourbon County Brand Stout, um, they're not shy about it. They specifically say up front, like the collection for 2026 focuses heavily on the impact of like different barrel types. So like it highlighting influences from like char, oak, um, basically the spirits that came out of them, rum, bourbon, whiskey,
That's cool.
and and
Yeah.
that's what the focus is. So the very first one, this is the original, right? They always have the original Bourbon County Brand Stout. They have their variants, but they always release their original everywhere. Do you remember on the last episode where I was drinking that small bottle of Bourbon County Brand Stout?
Yes.
Yeah, they're doing it again this year.
All right.
They're doing
Nice.
it again this year. 10-ounce 4 packs.
Yeah, the smaller bottle makes a little more sense for single serve. Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. If I'm drinking the original, that's what I would want it to be. If I'm drinking one of those larger variants, like what I've got here, this is one of the 2025s. This is the reserve right here. This is aged 2 years in rye whiskey barrels, Kentucky rye whiskey. Um, they're bigger. I want to
Yeah.
split it with somebody,
Yeah.
you know.
Definitely. It'd be a slow sipping day if you're gonna knock out a whole bottle.
That'd be a rough day if you decided to crack out the entire one all at once.
Yeah.
But pulling up Goose Island's stout, just kind of like starting to breeze through the list. So they're releasing 5 variants this year, alongside their original. So here's the original one we talked about. I just started sharing my screen for our visitors, our viewers that are watching the episode live. This is the original that's coming out this year. You can see that shorter 10-ounce bottle again coming in at 14.2. That's returning from last year. There's
Nice.
no increase in ABV. It's the 14.2% that came out last year in 25. I don't remember if it was the same in 2024 or not.
Ooh, I like
Um,
the list on the second paragraph here. The barrels,
mhm.
the blend of barrels there.
Yeah. So again, that's what we talked about. Like their Bourbon County Brand Stout this year is focusing on the aging process and the different barrels. So they're aging original Bourbon County Brand Stout this year in Buffalo Trace, Heaven Hill, Four Roses, Wild Turkey barrels for an average of 13 months.
Nice.
And this is I appreciate these flavors. This caramelized sugar is going to be interesting to me. Vanilla, I'm hoping it's not, you know me in vanilla. Well, both of us in vanilla.
Dude, the Avery really fucking that was the vanilla horse that was beat to death with vanilla. Oh my god.
Double vanilla, triple vanilla.
triple, I believe. Yeah.
triple vanilla. But this one is interesting because it's got they've noted flavors of like fudge, vanilla, and caramelized sugar. 2025 was very like raisin, beets, almost like prunes, grapes. Like it was very dry raisiny flavor, and it was okay. But I feel like this is going to be more my speed.
Yeah. This will be more on the sweeter notes for sure. Yeah.
I'll definitely be picking up a 4 pack of this one. I'm
Yeah, I'm
excited.
tempted.
I'm excited about that one. The next one on the list, Mitch, which I can't seem, my internet doesn't seem to want to.
Oh, dang.
There it goes. Nope. Having technical difficulties on live right now. The tiramisu cask finish stout.
Huh.
What are you thinking about that? Are you a tiramisu guy?
Yeah. If I have a dessert, this is at the top of the list. Yeah.
Mm,
Tiramisu. It's
okay.
very coffee forward. I really like it. Um, if you get like legit tiramisu and I forget what liquor it uses to wet the fingers
I
inside
think
in the
it's
middle,
rum.
but yeah, I can't
Hmm.
remember which rum, but
Oh, okay.
yeah, it's so good. It's so good. Plus the coffee and then the kind of rich chocolatey notes and then cream. You can't go
Hmm.
wrong. So very curious how this will taste.
I think you hit the nail on the head. Just looking at like, you mentioned rum, like it's going to be finished in rum barrels. It's Goose Island Stout Asian bourbon barrels. That's going to be the original, and then it's finished in rum barrels. But like you said, it's got that here espresso, so that makes sense with the tiramisu kind of coffee espresso flavor.
Hmm.
Uh, Deep pastry and fudge,
Delicate. Yeah.
delicate pastry.
That's the I forget the name of it. They're called. I know part of the name is fingers, but it's like not graham cracker. But I'm really failing on liking tiramisu and not knowing its ingredients. But yeah, it's the two components that make it tiramisu is that rum and the fingers in between.
Hmm.
Then it's so good when it's done right.
Like
Um,
a soft graham cracker.
I'm maybe the fingers are less graham cracker and more of a breadier dessert,
Okay.
but because it absorbs all that sweet rum and all its delicious kind of flavors and stores it structurally intact. Graham cracker
Hmm.
would just crumble, fall apart. But yeah, um, lady fingers, I think they're called.
Ladyfinger. Yeah, that
But I
sounds
can't
familiar.
remember the rum. We've made it before at the house. I just cannot remember the rum.
Okay. Yeah, I'm lost on it too then. But this is coming in the bigger bottles. This is very similar. In fact, it's probably the same size bottle. This is the chocolate praline stout. This is the 2025
Oh yeah.
right here. I have bought I don't know how many bottles of this because this was one of my favorite variants for 2025. Um, and this came in at 14.6%, and it drank every bit of 14.6%. Like it was very strong.
Whoa.
Tons of flavor, loads of flavor, and I was really excited about it. So I'm more of a dessert style stout beer. Um, this tiramisu is probably going to be right up my alley. Finished in rum casks, espresso, cocoa nibs, vanilla. Like I can tell you right now, I'll be buying multiple bottles of this. Don't know the ABV, but I would assume it's going to come in around the same 14.5%. I
Hmm.
think that would be accurate, considering the sugary adjuncts that go into it.
Yeah, I wouldn't be
I can't
surprised
imagine
if
it
it was
going
16. Yeah.
okay.
But
16% would be heavy.
that's like
I'm for it.
that's like Black Tuesday levels, you know. Like,
Whew.
but I mean, I feel like extra sweetness and booze would be really good with this one, but
Mm-hmm.
we'll see. Yeah, I want to know what the verdict will be. Yeah.
we'll have to try it. We'll get the variants and try them out when we go, because um, further away from you now, but out in Cool Springs,
Hmm.
every Black Friday, Brewhouse South does their Bourbon County brand stout like drop, where they have all the different variants out that you can buy. They're not cheap, and you have to consume them on site, but it makes for a very good day. If you can split it with a few people, you can get a couple of tasters from each bottle
Yeah, that's awesome.
without too much breaking the bank. This one looked interesting to me.
I This one excites me the most right here. Yeah.
The Apple Crisp Stout.
Damn. That's gonna be awesome. Yeah.
Lower 13.9, but still nothing to
Yeah.
nothing to shy away from. That's still heavy. Fresh baked oak crumble, caramel, and apple tasting notes.
Whew, that's gonna be good.
I'm curious about, because I know you go for clove,
Hmm.
and I know like nutmeg, like these are your flavor profiles right here. Nutmeg, oats. I don't know what panela sugar is.
Yeah, I don't know off the top of my head what panela is. Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe a
but
brown sugar, but
could be brown sugar, and that might make sense considering like it's got apple and cinnamon to kind of
yeah.
complement it. So brown sugar would probably be a little bit better than using something lighter than that. But this looks really interesting because they're saying that this has a homemade apple crisp um, smell and feeling.
Hmm. It, I'm either gonna like it or loathe it.
I agree with you. I feel like this is going to be a polarizing one, and there have been some discussions on some of the beer threads that we're on about how some of these stouts are just completely different than what they've done in previous years, which good for them.
Yeah, very good.
But this one seems interesting enough to where I agree with you. This could be a very polarizing, love it or hate it
Yeah.
variant.
I'm curious for sure because I love an apple brandy. So this was getting me excited initially that maybe there was a brandy component to it.
Hmm.
But seeing that it's just adjuncts, it makes me a little more like, we'll see. But if it was an apple brandy with it, that'd be stellar. Yeah.
Yeah, I almost feel like this would have been better in a barley wine
Could
than in a
be.
stout,
Yeah.
because we are going to get into um, they do have one barley wine that they're releasing this year as part of the lineup that we'll get to, but I feel like an apple crisp would have gone really well in a barley wine as opposed to a stout. But maybe the barley wines they're too sweet and heavy, and it just doesn't
Yeah.
make sense to do it here.
Yeah.
But I get whoop. Oh man,
Didn't open a new tab on that one.
damn it! Is it gonna ask me for my age again? No, it's not. Okay.
uh,
Here we go. Let's round out the bottom three. So here is the proprietors. So up until this point, by the way, Mitch, the tiramisu, the apple crisp, the original, um, and all of the other two more are going to receive nationwide distribution. So we will be able to get these in our area. The
good.
only one we will not, unless we know the right
Proprietor.
people, which you and I both know a lot of. This one here, the Bourbon County, and it's like this every year. The Proprietor Stout is always exclusively reserved for the Chicago market every
Yeah.
year. It's just
Yeah.
that's just how it is. Um, but I don't know if I'm excited about the flavor of it this year. An
The
upside
upside.
down cake
Yeah.
stout.
I'm sure, like, I wouldn't typically. I've had good upside down cakes, but
Mm-hmm.
they still don't register on my top 10. You know what I mean? So, having that inside of a beer, especially as the prestige of a proprietor or proprietors, shoot,
Proprietor.
yeah, proprietor. God, my end of the day brain, I guess, kicked in. But
Yep.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this cake and that beer. You know, yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
I guess we'll see. The Montmorency cherries are unique.
They're
Those are the
good.
ones that those are the ones that they put like right in the middle of the pineapples, right? To like
Yeah.
they're kind of resemblance of a maraschino cherry, right? And like that's what goes in your pineapple upside down cake. So it's interesting that they chose those types of cherries and pineapple because they are truly trying to go for a pineapple upside down cake flavor in
Goose
this stout.
Island. The barrel team member Chase Craig is responsible for this. Turn to a
Hmm.
dessert as iconic. Is this cake potentially iconic to Chicagoans?
Not that I'm aware of. Um, I mean, we had pineapple upside down cakes in the South when we were growing up, or at least I did. I don't know if this was like a maybe some of our Chicago viewers can kind of like chime in on that. I know James is from Chicago and he's got a very strong Chicago presence still, even though he's not there anymore. But I feel
Yeah.
like pineapple upside down cake is not necessarily like it wasn't a style of the North growing up. I think it's just this is, and it could have been Chase Craig. It could have been just something growing up that he had, the barrel team member of Goose Island, and he just wanted to recreate something like that. But they do every year. Somebody is responsible for, the recipe and for brewing the proprietor. And Chase's turn is this year.
Hmm.
So I'm very curious how this one's going to have. We don't even have an ABV on it, but I imagine it's going to be one of the higher ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
Vanilla soaked cake and caramelized fruit and toasted oak.
Hmm.
It'll be
I'm
good.
curious.
I'll
Yeah.
try it, Mitch.
Yeah. It could be one of the best ones. We'll find out.
If we can, well, we'll be able to get our hands on it. I know that that's exclusive to the Chicago market, but
Yeah, we'll find some.
we'll be able to find it. I'm going to skip the barley wine real quick. I want to go to the toasted barrel rye stout. So this one, um, I feel like you're a rye person, are you not, Mitch?
Usually, I'm always good with a rye. I like the
Hmm.
extra punch from
Yeah,
ryes, but yeah.
this is going to give it to you. Elijah Craig Kentucky Rye Whiskey Barrel Aging Process, creme brulee, toasted hazelnut, and sweet oak. Like this is going to be one of
This is
those.
good.
This is going to be very sweet and very like punchy at the same time. I think
Heck yeah.
so. That'll be in the rye. This is the toasted barrel rye stout. Goose Island explored the story through a rye stout aged in Elijah Craig toasted rye barrels. Began its life in rye whiskey barrels, where the stout drew out the grain's signature spice alongside notes of creme brulee, hazelnut, and a
Mm.
lingering oak finish. Then transferred to Elijah Craig's toasted barrels, where it kind of brought on like a sweetness and woodsy flavor to kind of help like round out the um,
Throw a little vanilla in there.
from
Yeah.
before. Yeah, notes of vanilla. Oh yeah, there it goes, giving shape to a fuller, rounder body.
That would be nice. I like hazelnut. Um, I don't know why no one's done a hazelnut blueberry stout yet. Call me up when you do.
Maybe they have. We just don't know it yet.
It's a very unpopular combo, but I like it.
That should be interesting. And Richard can't figure out how to use the internet tonight. He keeps going back to a Google search. In my defense, like I should be opening in a new tab, but I'm not. But like I'm going as I'm scrolling and I'm clicking the back button, like it's taking me back to the home page, but it's
Yeah,
not doing anything.
yeah, yeah.
So I don't know. Anyway, rounding out the final six for this
Whoa,
year is the barley wine, aged in Angel's Envy Kentucky Straight Bourbon barrels.
man.
Not my speed.
It's been a while since I've had Angel's Envy, but I remember it always being sweet
Mm.
and barley wine being usually sweeter too. Should be interesting. But there's a stone fruit component in the tasting notes I'm
Mm-hmm.
noticing. So kind of curious. Yeah. What's it say here?
English style barley wines, the perfect complement, as more caramelized malts soften the structured tannin of the oak while not overshadowing the unique character of each oak. Each oak. What does that mean? Oh,
Triple oak.
oh, okay. I got you. Yeah, I'm looking at this. Finished in the same barrels used to age the Angel's Envy, bringing three distinct oaks into one beer: Chinkapin, French, and Hungarian oak.
Yeah. French oak is spice. Chinkapin, sweet. Hungarian, tannins, and baking spice. Okay.
Interesting.
I like the concept on paper for this. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've done barley wine, though.
Mm-hmm. Barley
Hmm.
wines to me, I kind of likened them to when I had a 120-minute IPA that was past its prime. Unfortunately, I can't get that out of my head.
Yeah.
So to me, that's what a barley wine's always going to taste like. I will always try a sip of anything,
Yeah.
and I will try a sip of this one, but I don't know if this one's going to be my style. I am looking forward the least to this one.
I will say we will and always try pretty much a sip of anything. And that's been shown from a Dark Lord day when we both tried a very
Ooh.
expired Dark Lord stout. And that was
Oh,
terrible, but it was just
2008.
sludge. Yeah, dude.
I believe it was 2008, Mitch.
I think you're right. I think you're right. Yeah.
We
And
were spooning it out at the bottom. It was like when your mom mixed Ovaltine with water as a kid or milk, and you got to the very bottom where the stuff just like settled and it
yeah,
didn't mix up, and you're trying to drink it, and it's coming out all grainy and
dude,
textury.
and when we took a sip of it, and you know that grimace that you'll do when something's terrible, we always will show our teeth. We're like, ah, it coated our teeth
Mm-hmm.
because it was just so thick with, it was just bad. It went bad. So, another lesson on, hey, drink your shit. But, um, yeah, had to try it. And yeah, it was bad. So,
We found there was a theoretical aging limit for Dark Lord beers,
yeah. Yeah.
and it was sometime be after 2008, I would imagine.
Yeah, it was a 2008. They already put age on them, right? I don't
Mm-hmm.
remember how many or how long, but um, that was 2021 maybe or 23 Dark Lord and
It would have been no, Mitch. It would have been
2019.
before COVID. Yeah, 2019.
Oh,
Would have been
wow.
it would have been an 11 year. It would have been an 11-year Dark Lord.
So 11 years is that's right. It fits right in the vein of because Dark Lord is what 13 to 15% ABV.
Higher than that. Yeah,
Oh, it
I
is.
think it's. I think it. Well, now you got me curious.
Yeah, because where I'm going with this is Black Tuesday that aged amazing for over 11 years. Then I
Mm.
had one that was like 16 years aged, and it was also still very good and mellow. Like
Mm-hmm.
Black Tuesdays, they have enough high ABV count that you get the extra years, but
Uh
Dark
huh.
Lord, it has a cliff. I don't know
It does.
why compared, but
It could be. It could very well be. Well, no, it may not be the adjuncts because I don't know if they really
hmm.
have
Well, I
adjuncts.
will. It could be the way they're stored.
That you know what, that might be right because that bottle was not ours, right? We
No,
found there was a guy at Dark Lord Day that had brought variants, and we have no idea how those were handled
yeah, yeah. It could
previous
have.
to.
It could have been getting hit with the sun for all we know over
Mm-hmm.
time.
And you're right, ABV on Dark Lord is 15%.
Okay. So
So
that it can age, but it can't age past a
well,
point compared to Black Tuesday that are 18%, right?
how many years was that Black Tuesday when we had it? Was it 10?
The first one we had was
Mm-hmm.
around 10 or 11 years. And then I kept, we had two of them. And the
Mm-hmm.
other one kept for another like 4 years or something.
And
Uh,
it had started to fall off at that point, right? Like it wasn't bad; it just started mellowing out a lot
very
more.
mellow. Yeah.
Yeah,
Still very good, but it wasn't as oaky. We caught it at its last probably prime point of age, and after that, it would probably have started to thicken and fall apart. But
yeah.
yeah, I,
That was such a good that Black Tuesday. That first one we have was such a
dude,
good. I hate that you lost that California connection because
mm,
that was a banger of a beer.
I do. I have his number in my phone. I just got to remember his name.
See
Might
if
have
we
been
can
like a
get some
Jeremy or
more.
something. But
Definitely worth it. Out of the gosh, I've got some 2025s here. I flashed a couple of them already, but I've got the double barrel aged Bourbon County brand stout. This is my favorite like
mm,
casing out of all of them. So it's got the let's see if I can get the sticker off the side. I don't know if you can see it fully in the camera. There it goes. So let me stop sharing here so we can fully appreciate this. So this
yeah,
right here is the double barrel aged, aged 7 years. But this one, I love the presentation of this one,
nice. Yeah,
and then the bottle is just superb. Big
yeah,
fan.
dude. I like
Same
that.
size,
Good presentation.
same size as the other ones. And then we've got the chocolate praline stout. Chocolate praline stout does not come in any particular box. It's just it is the way it is. And then they have a um, Cherries Jubilees version of it as well, which I've tried a sample of, but I have not. It wasn't one of my favorites, but you can find it. Mr. Brews, ironically enough, is the exclusive draft holder of Bourbon County Brand Stout in all of Rutherford County. So it's kind of weird to walk in to a place in Murfreesboro and see variants of Bourbon County Brand Stout on draft. They had
Yeah,
the original, and then they had Cherries Jubilees, and I believe they had Chocolate Praline Stout for a while as well for 2025s. And then this is the Parker's Heritage Collection. So this is aged in rye whiskey barrels. I had this one at Brewhouse South last year
ooh,
and
yeah,
loved it, even though I'm not huge on rye, but I love this enough that I wanted to pick up a bottle. So those are the variants I have for 2025. I'm curious on your thoughts, Mitch.
hmm.
Which release are you looking forward to the most this year? I think you mentioned the Apple Crisp Stout.
Yeah. My assumptions were they're an apple brandy. Tiramisu probably.
Mm,
It probably moves up to the first position just because I want to see what they do with it. But honestly, the triple oak, very curious on that.
was that the?
Oh, that was the
No, that wasn't that one.
barley wine.
The barley wine.
Yeah, the triple oak's got some nerd energy on me. Um, Matching the oaks, pretty cool. So
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to that one.
great presentation. We'll be curious. I'll try it. You know, barley
Yeah,
wines aren't my thing, but like I said, we'll try anything once
yeah,
if we can get our hands on it. I'm thinking I am very much looking forward to this year's original because not that I was let down by 2025's original, but it was a little bit too raisiny for me. Um, I'm not a big fan of like prunes, raisins, like that kind of thing. And the 2025 variant kind of gave off that flavor profile and that mentality. This one I'm really looking forward to buying a 4 pack of just so I can sip one, every
yeah,
night for dinner. So I'm looking forward to that. If I'm looking at variants, I think the tiramisu is going to be one that I look forward to the most.
yeah, yeah.
I'm not super excited about the proprietor stout because of the pineapple upside down cake. Could be
Yeah.
surprised, but I don't know.
I look forward to being pleasantly surprised and taken away by the incredible mixture of flavors. But yeah,
Yeah.
far more of a coffee head guy with the tiramisu, and that especially with a sweet rum involved with it. So yeah, uh, this one's a mixed bag of a year for me. It's like I want to like one thing, but the elements in another that they don't typically serve, they're all the oak is over here instead of there. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, so it's good for them to mix it up. Um, it puts in some artificial demand for next year when they return potentially to more of their signature ways. But yeah, this is going to be awesome.
I guess if we are, I hope to be pleasantly surprised by a bunch of them.
Yeah. I'm glad they went with a weirder direction. I don't know if that's the right way to say it, weirder, but you know, pineapple upside down cake just wasn't going to be, in my mind, a head turner. But I guess it is since it's just like, okay. But I guess, how do you sell that before tasting it? You know, I'm very curious more on the story of how they developed that first
Mm-hmm.
before they went with it as the proprietors. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it must have been so good that it is a Chicagoan only release. So, or is it just marketing and limited supply? They didn't want to do a certain number of it and make it proprietor and make it sell. Like, which world is it? You know?
Yeah. I guess we'll find out if I've had proprietors from 2025, 2024, 2023, and they've always been that odd flavor profile that you wouldn't expect to see in a stout.
Yeah.
So there's really nothing
Oh,
different about the
can
whole like,
question?
yeah,
Can you pull up Untapped on your browser and let's just take a look at a few years of proprietors?
I'm not even sure if I'm logged in. Let's see.
Because I I don't remember my last tasting of all these stouts. You've done it 2 years now, where you've been able to taste for the past 2 years, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was a year before that, or 2 years before, where I did a vertical, and that included several proprietors. But I have no memory of, at this point, what they contained, how good they were. You know, verticals are fun, but you tend to lose memory from doing those. Um,
It's not going to let me log in untapped.
I'm pulling up Untapped on my phone just to see what I can find real quick. Proprietor.
Let's see here.
I'm surprised that's not the first thing that comes up. uh, Bourbon County Stout. Wow. The keyboard on iOS is just so bad. Okay. Okay. There we go. Okay. It's pulling up a good chunk of them here. So I'm just going to go back to last year's 2025. It was bourbon barrels with walnuts, pistachios, cassia bark, and honey.
Hmm.
A lot of people tasted cinnamon. It was malty coffee deep, and I think some of those notes can lead to like a prune kind of flavor profile. 2024. Wow, they made a big one here. Okay, 2024 was a proprietor's barley wine,
Interesting. Here we go.
and
Looks like I'm finally there, Mitch.
sweet. I think I missed out on this barley wine from 2024. I just searched Bourbon County Stout, and then it just pulled up the whole list after proprietors after Bourbon County Stout. It's got all the years. Interesting. This is a weird one. Yeah, the 4.0 overall global rating for their barley wine in 2024. It was tamarind, lime, guajillo cherries, or no, guajillo? Guajillo.
Guajillo.
I'm trying not to be all the Southerners around me with the quesadilla kind of
Quesadillas.
terms, uh, but guajillo or guajillo chiles and piloncillo. So I don't know what that last one is.
What year was
Piloncillo,
this?
2024.
See, look at this one, 2016. It's
Yeah.
not the first time. I mean, that's not the first time they were experimenting with peppers because the 2016 has chipotle peppers in it.
Ooh, I do love me some chipotle flavor.
Give it a little bit of spice.
It's a good one. Uh,
2017 bananas, roasted almonds, and cassia bark.
I did have that one. I remember that one.
Mmm.
It was okay. I'm I'm not a big fan of like actual banana
Yeah.
in my beers, but it was sweet. It was okay. 2018.
2018 dark
Ooh, that was
chocolate, two types of cacao nibs.
hell yeah.
That sounds great. Oh, I had the 2018.
Yeah, you did. Part of the vertical, I'm sure.
Ooh, 4 out of 5. I don't remember where I was. It must have been when I was at that February
Oh yeah,
7th, 2026. Yeah, it must have been at that big Goose Island bottle share.
for sure.
That was a rough morning the next day.
Yeah, dude. Ooh,
So it kind of
2015.
go ahead.
Whoa, 2015 was a weird one with maple, pecans, and guajillo peppers.
It seems like they're not averse to.
Yeah, they mix it up.
Yeah, Proprietor Stout seems to always be a unique blend every year.
Okay, how did this get so on the new Untapped? When you go to find a beer and you just go in to see who's checking in or
Mm-hmm.
whatever, it now adds this little picture up here of
Rotating pictures.
yeah user submitted photos,
Mm-hmm.
and the first one with this one it has a Zen can in the back.
Nice.
And it's like a green one. I don't know if that's a menthol. What is that?
I
I don't
feel
know
like
Zens, but
this was an opportunity for Untapped to really shine with like really really good stock pictures or maybe pictures from the brewery. Like you saw some of the
yeah,
pictures of the proprietors of this 2026 release tonight, that Goose Island release. Like those would look good as banner pages for these beers.
yeah, yeah.
But now we have some potato quality photo with a Zin pouch in the background.
It's way easier to take user submitted data.
I guess.
Man,
And we
our
talked
friend,
about this. I'm still on the fence with the new layout.
I like the UX compared to the old, but I haven't been using it as much as probably you and other
Hmm.
people. But um, Scott's been busy.
Yes. Scott, man, I thought I bought a lot of beer.
He
I'm
is,
just looking at his, I mean, his Scott from the Brewery Underground podcast, his crate for Tavor alone is going to be 30 beers. And that's
that's awesome.
nuts. And that's on top of the picture he sent us the other night. Scott, I know you're listening to this. I know you will be listening to this. This is a shout out to you. Congrats on all the beers that you're buying. Keep going, man.
At first, I thought Cool Springs Wines and Spirits was slinging beer. You know, they had like a
Mm.
drinking station, but no, it's just, I guess, where he bought it from.
Hmm.
But you're doing work, sir.
Yeah.
Keep it up.
We could all stop buying beer tomorrow and the craft beer industry would stay afloat thanks to Scott.
Yeah, very true. Oh, the
Steve no
map is
doubtly
nice.
no doubtly buying beers. What there it is. What is that indicative of? What is that?
Places for me to go buy beer, I think, is all this is showing me.
Oh, okay. Well,
But yeah, producers, it switches to like a producer's view as well. But you gotta, it's, it's yeah, okay, it's bringing in breweries. Okay.
hmm.
But yeah, places are places where you can go. Like Shady's Corner is one of the options I clicked. They have beer. just something like
Gotcha.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
very
collective
rudimentary.
dump of places to buy beer.
Yeah, they're leveraging an API from something. So
Mm-hmm. I'm looking forward to the lineup this year, Mitch. I'm looking
yeah,
forward to the variants. I'm looking forward to the original for 2026. There's still 2025 sitting on the shelves places, so I might go see if I can find the missing variants that I don't have and gobble them up.
yeah, dude, and it'll make for even better of a comparison if you've got a few on deck. So yeah,
And we'll need some help finishing them too.
I'll see what's around me at Riverside. Riverside does a good job of getting all that in, and they were trying to get me to buy them last year. I didn't. I'm just not into my stouts right now, but
Yeah,
I may go pick up a pack if they still have some left. But yeah, why not?
maybe not when it's 100 degrees outside.
It's been a bad time for sure. My
Yeah.
electric bill went up $60.
Oof.
just because it's hot.
Because you can thank those data centers.
Oh, also, first time my light switch covers have bent forward because of poor insulation in the 1940s home.
Hmm.
The electrician I had come out just to verify there wasn't like water pooling up or
Yeah.
whatever behind circuits and shit. He was just like, never seen that happen before.
Wow.
So I ended up getting these foam inserts that you put inside for a little bit of insulation of the covers and steel covers to put over so they don't bend. But before I had the foam padding, it started making a little bit of mildew outline around. It's like, okay, keep that inside.
Your house, man, is just cursed.
Well, anything I touch is cursed. That's what
Well,
I've
that's not
learned.
that's not true.
It's
Because you're
been
going
the
to be
case.
well. Okay, I'll raise an empty glass to you, or I'll raise a full unopened bottle to you because I'm not drinking. Did you finish yours? Are you all done?
I did.
All right.
I did.
Well,
But
looking forward to the 2026 annual releases of Bourbon County Brand Stout. I will be at Brewhouse South on Black Friday for their annual release in November when these drop, and I will be spending too much money. So if anybody is interested in meeting up with me to help soften the blow on my credit card bill, come holler at your boy.
I'll see if I can do something.
Would be fun to do something. Mitch, always fun drinking with you, man.
Yes.
And even though I didn't have one tonight, I had one in spirit. I was a couple deep before we even, as Scott would say, I'm coming. I came in hot,
Yeah.
so I had already had a couple or a few coming into it. But
You did your duty.
I did. I did my duty for the day. I'm excited for the lineup. I'm excited to try them with friends. Mitch, cheers to you, man. Cheers to all the listeners out there, and we'll see you on the next one.
Later.